Okay, traders, this is Scott Barkley at ProAct Traders. This is Forex Target Trading, and this is how to find the big boys targets, lesson 3. All right, so the last lesson we learned about trends and we learned about channels. Okay, so now we're going to learn about support and resistance. Okay, but there is something you need to know about support and resistance. It's only important if we're trending. So most of the time you're not going to use this, but when you do need it, you need it because when the market is trending, the swing traders and the position traders are there and they are using support and resistance in the past. So let's go take a look at the lesson.
So we're going to look for past support and or resistance, okay? We refer to them as PSRs, previous support or resistance. Now, in range trading, again, we don't need them since the fibs are the accurate targets, but in prolonged trends, the market definitely uses them, all right? So let's take a look here. What is support? Well, fortunately for us, Tom DeMark defined what support was. Support is one candle sticking down with 2 candles to the left where the low is higher and 2 candles to the right where the low is higher, okay? Now, there are many times when you'll see this won't exist and you'll think, oh, there's a support. No, you're wrong. It has to be 2 to the left and 2 to the right, okay? There are rules about this stuff. This is why you gotta know the rules, all right? Now, in the case of a set of twins, all right, like this one right here, the twins act as one candle because a twin is, or you might call them sisters, you might call them railroad tracks, whatever you call them. Okay, I call them twins, all right? Twins act as one candle because this is a sell and this is a buy. It's called a close and reverse. They're only done by institutional traders, all right? So, that's what the definition of support is. Now, what's the definition of resistance? It's exactly opposite of that. You have one candle sticking up, unless it's a set of twins, all right? And 2 candles with highs lower on the left, and 2 candles with highs lower on the right. 2 to the left and 2 to the right of one candle or 2 in the case of twins, all right? That's the definition of support and resistance, okay? You don't look in the chart and you say, oh, they stopped here, that's it, all right? Well, that's not support. If there's one, like if it looks like this, then it's support, all right? But if it looks like this, that's not support, all right? So most likely it's a fib from the past or they ran out of time, you know? So there's a little schematic that might help you get this through your head, all right? So, as the market is going up, okay, we can draw a 90-degree line on this support right here, and here, and here. And those lines go into the future, and when we come up into that market again in an up move, right, these supports become resistance, okay? So previous support becomes future resistance, okay? And you want to make sure that you pay attention to any line that was used both ways. This was used as resistance and was used as support. That means it's even stronger a number. Same with this one and this one. Same thing coming down, okay? When you're coming down, the resistances, previous resistance in the past goes into the future and becomes future support when you're in the same price area. Once again, any number that was used more than once, you want to make sure you know where that number is, okay? So another schematic to kind of help you, and then we'll go into the charts here, right? So when we're going up, this support goes into the future. It means nothing as the market goes down in a downtrend, but as soon as we make the turn, right? So this support right here goes in the future. As soon as we make the turn, which your indicator can't follow, it's going where? To this one? No, it's not going to this one. It's going to former support, previous support is now future resistance, all right? This one right here, now this one right here, when we make the turn up here, this up move means nothing anymore, but this previous resistance is now going to be future support, okay? There we go. All right, these become profit range targets, all right? So the market is coming down and makes a turn up here, and you see maybe a little head and shoulders up there to help you know you're going down. Okay, well, where are they going to go to? Well, the first one's going to come down to this support will be past resistance. If it pulls back up off of there, because why? Professional sellers won't sell there. They pull back up. The pullback is my friend. When they make the turn up here, this target is already gone. All right, so the next target is the previous resistance, which is now future support. They pull back up. The pullback is my friend. The market people come in, the bankers come in, and they take the trade not to here. The new target is over here and down to here. All right, now remember, this is only in a trending market, okay? So very important, all right? So we're going to go and do some of these live. So let me go to the charts here, and we need a trend. Here we go. We got the pound Aussie here. We got a trend on here. So let's go in the past, okay, and we'll see if we have any in this move. Okay, so if I'm down here, I see I've made the turn. I'm headed up. All right. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for my resistance to the top. Okay. So where do I go? Back to a move in that area. All right. So I'm come back here, and what am I looking for? Previous support will be future resistance, okay? So I'm going to mark them first and then we'll draw them. So you start up here in the high, and you see every high has a to the left and to the right. That's support. This high, take it back. To the left and to the right, right there. This high comes down here, set of twins, right? There you go, right? And this is not a high, so you don't take that one. This high comes back to here, and we have 2 candles to the left, 2 candles to the right. That's it. So I'm going to mark those lines right there. Let's put a right there, right there, right there, right there. Let me take this off, so it doesn't confuse it. All right. So, oh, we got one more. See, this made a high right here, down to here. So I got one more there. Now, you can immediately see that as we come up here, we know one thing. If we make the turn down in here, we can trade to here. We won't be able to make a trade in here because there's not enough space, but unless they pull back. So if they pull back, now we can make a trade to there, all right? We break up in here. We do not want to miss this big area here, but we can see we're going to have a lot of problem right in this area, all right? So there we go, all right? So let's go back over here and see what the market did with that information. All right, so here we are. We're making the turn to the upside. Come down here. They don't mean anything here. They happen to be using, it looks like they're using them, but that's really not true. All right. All right, so they make the turn. There's a close in reverse right there. And where are they going to go? To that first line. Boom. And they actually went to the second line too. I took them both out. Now, a pullback is my friend. So, see, they know right where that thing is. All right. So I'm looking for a pullback. All right. So now I get a pullback right here. Okay. Now, these are gone. This is gone, it's been hit. This is gone, it's been hit right there and right there. So wherever this turns, there's my new target. That's the opportunity, all right? Remember, as we learned in lesson 1, my opportunities are always unsustainable moves inside a sustainable move, right? So let's see what we get here, right? So even deeper pullback, hooray, give me a pullback, all right? Now, when we go up, all right, boom, there we go. Right there, all right, see that? Pull back again. Now, do we have any up in here? We don't, so we got to go even further back, all right? Can't use these down moves, we got to use an up move up here. Aha, there's an up move right here. Okay, so now I take my highs, all right? And I take my highs and I take them back and see where is there to the left and to the right. There's a set of twins, 2 candles to the left, 2 candles to the right. This made a high, 2 candles to the left, 2 candles to the right, right there. This did not make a new high, but this one did. Back to here, you can see there, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. This one made a high, to the left and to the high, and this one right here goes all the way back down. That looks, see, there's one that looks like it. See that? One there, and if you take that, you're wrong. Why? Because it only has 1 to the left. It does have 2 candles to the right, but it only has 1 to the left. You see that? So it is not support. So this one goes all the way back down to here. Well, we've already been in there, all right? So we don't have to worry about that. So let me put those ones up here. So we got one right there, got one right there, and I may be missing them by a little bit because I'm just showing you where they are, and I'm putting them inside that yellow line, and I may be on that number or not. I can't tell. I can't see it. All right. All right. So now, this big move here, this is a big area. The only thing that will be in here is going to be fibs. All right, so we come down, we make the turn. All right, we make the turn, we pop up in this area. There's a fib there. Let me prove it to you. All right, just so there, so you see it. All right, it's going to be a Fibonacci extension more than likely. Big Fibonacci extension. That stopped that move. Oh man, he's so lucky. All right. So I'm looking for a pullback is what I'm looking for. There we go. Finally, give me a pullback, right? And we're going to go deeper here. We're going to go back to where this is where this trend starts. Okay, now, this is a big area up in here. I don't want to miss this area, no matter what. Areas like that is where you put on entry orders, okay? Well, areas like that, you put an entry order because you may not be here when it busts in that area. So you figure out where it's going, and if you got a trend on there by that time, there you go. Look what they did. Gee, man, Why didn't they go to the top? Because they ran into the top of the trend. You see that? Now we need a pullback. If we get a pullback, we still haven't hit this number up here, this line up here. I need a pullback. There it is, okay? And now, my target, my opportunity is this unsustainable move, like this was an unsustainable move, this unsustainable move up to here. But I gotta know where it is so that I move my stop when I get there, right? So what are they gonna do? All right, they didn't quite, they went to the fib right here, you see that? All right, and bam, right up to that target, and then that one right there. Bam, 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 to the pip. You see that? All right. Let's see if we can find one more here. I'll go over to the AJ. It's trending, so remember, we only do them in trending markets, okay? So here it is going down. All right, I'm gonna leave these fibs on because you can see they used the fibs. So let's see if they use the PSRs. So I'm going back in the past. Now I'm looking for my support in the future, right? Because I'm practicing this, I'm looking for my support. I'm off here, my support to the downside will be previous resistance. So I got to go back and find a trending movement in there. There's a trending movement in that area, right? So now I'm looking for 2 to the left and 2 to the right of a low, all right? So I'm going to take this one back here, right here. You see that's another low. That goes right up to here. There it is, okay? All right, now, this one right here goes all the way back up to there, and it's that pink line, so I don't need to worry about that. This one right here goes right to there. See that? No lower high in this area right here, right? Nothing in here. None of them make lows below here, so I don't take any of those, all right? So I got 3, all right? So I'll put 3 on, and there you go, that one's already there, and then of course this one right down here. All right. And I may miss it by a couple of pips, you know, when I pull it open, because you know, I'm just putting them inside there. Maybe I got it, maybe no, but it'll be close enough for you to see. All right. So now we're going to go back over to here, and here's where we start trending. All right. They're all going to be too high. Well, those are all too high. All right, see that? But notice they knew exactly where that was, and they knew exactly where that was. All right, so I got to have a movement lower than this one right here. So I got to go even further back. Do I have one over in this area? And I don't have one. So that means in this area now, there are no previous supports. There are only fibs. So I know what to look for. Right? And the normal person goes, man, you got a lot of lines on your chart. Well, yeah, I do. There's a lot of lines on here, but every one of them is important because every one of them is a potential profit target. It's also a place where I may have to move my stop, and a break of that barrier is a place where I can add a position. All right? See, I don't understand that. Well, you'll learn it in the last lesson. The key to trading and being successful is to scale in or press your winners without exception. So as we come down, if I know where the barrier is, and I take it off the top, I'm able to move my stop and protect the profit. But a break of this barrier means I'm going to the next one, which is an area to press my winners. If I break that one, there's an area to press my winners. If I break this one, there's an area to press my winners. Down here, I can't press my winners here. Why? I'm at the bottom of the trend. So because I know where this is right here, because I use the rules of the trend, previous support, a support and a resistance, and they know the heart line, I know that I can count on that line stopping them and turning them back up to the upside. Why did they go back up? Man, I thought this was a random market. It's not random at all, folks. How did they tell everybody? We're going to go down, boys and girls. A, B, C. See that? That's how they told everybody. We're going down. And so everybody says, oh, okay, the professional traders said, okay, we'll sell here, and we're going to go down, all the way down, hopefully to here. Right? See that? There you go. That's why there's this big move. You wonder, how do they know to make that move? Because this is what they do. See? It's real easy. All right. All right. So that gives you a little primer that you can practice that on. Okay. So, all right. You have to know the market structure to know what information we have to gather today. If I'm in a box, I've got to know where the fibs are. If I'm trending, I got to know where the fibs are, the Fibonacci extensions, and I also need to know where previous support and resistance is, depending on my move. Because if I'm going up, I got to know where my barrier is to the upside. What is that barrier? It's resistance. Where does it come from? It comes from support in the past. If I'm going down, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the barrier that will be support in the future. So what do? I go back in the past in the same price area, and I find previous resistance, which will be future support. All right. So That's the end of lesson 2. Remember, best thing is to not go to lesson 3. It's to stop, rewatch this. They're only 30 minutes or so. Rewatch this and then go into the charts and practice it before you move on. That's the smart way to do that, all right? And you'll learn that in lesson 5, why that's important. All right, everybody,